We are following breaking news now at 6. Top health leaders at Emory University just updating the public on the response to the hantavirus patients here in Atlanta. I'm Tracy Hutchins.
And I'm Blair Miller. Team coverage tonight at 6. We start with Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Beimfohr, who's at Emory University Hospital. So Chelsea, what have we learned about these two patients?
Well, guys, we know that one of them is exhibiting symptoms, the other is not. They were brought here because Emory University Hospital is part of this national special pathogen treatment network and is well equipped to handle patients with infectious disease.
This is a coordinated, whole of government effort to safely return Americans home while protecting public health.
On Monday, 18 Americans landed back on U.S. soil after being exposed to the deadly hantavirus on a cruise ship in the South Atlantic.
Over the next several days, passengers will undergo an initial health assessment and receive guidance on next steps. 16
passengers were taken to the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha, Nebraska, where doctors say everyone is currently asymptomatic.
We're in good shape. They were in good spirits.
2 others were brought to Emory University Hospital in DeKalb County.
Why did they go there? Because we knew somebody was symptomatic, and we have 16 people that are here. If someone were to get sick or multiples get sick, we don't want to take the time and energy, right, and lack of care transporting them to a different location.
The pair deplaned at the Atlanta airport Monday morning wearing full protective gear. They were transported by ambulance to Emory University Hospital, where one is being treated in a biocontainment unit and the other is being monitored after possible exposure to the virus. As for other Americans on the ship who have already returned home,
there's been contact made with all of those passengers who returned. The state health departments have been monitoring them on a daily basis, including symptoms and temperature checks. They have plans in place to make sure that they can isolate effectively in their homes should they develop symptoms. If they are developing symptoms, they have ways to get tested safely.
Now, we do know at least 2 other passengers on that ship were from Georgia and returned home last week to the Brunswick area. Georgia public health officials tell us that right now there is not a large risk to the public and they do not anticipate an outbreak. Reporting live from Emory University Hospital, Chelsea Beimfohr, Atlanta News First.